Hey guys, this is section 2 of systems of inequalities. And these first couple problems, we're just going to be deciding if an ordered pair is a solution to the given system. Okay, so to be a solution, it has to make both inequalities a true statement. Okay, so the first one we have 0, 0, and we know the first coordinate is x, and the second coordinate is y. So we're going to plug it in and decide if the system works. Okay, so let's plug it into this one first. Okay, and we know our y is 0. Okay, so we can plug in 0. So 0 is less than 3. Well, that's definitely a true statement. So this one, it works. Okay, well, let's plug it into the other one. Okay, so we have 0 is less than 0 minus 2. Or 0 is greater than 0 minus 2, and then 0 is greater than minus 2, and that is also a true statement. Okay, so both of these works, so yes, this would be a solution to this system of linear inequalities. Okay, let's try another one real quick. Okay, this time let's try 1, 0. Okay, so we have our y is 0, our x is 1. So in our inequality, let's plug it in. Y is 0, and that's less than or equal to x, which is 1, plus 1. So 0 is less than or equal to 2. Well, that is a true statement. So this one would work. It works out. Okay, let's try the next one. Okay, so we have y is greater than 3x. So we have 0 is greater than 3 times 1. And 3 times 1 is 3, so 0 is greater than 3. Well, that is not a true statement. Okay, so this one is not true. So the entire thing does not work. So this is not a solution. Okay, it would not be a solution. So there will be a couple of these on your test that you will need to know how to do. So make sure you are ready for those. All right. Okay, so on your test, there are going to be a few that it gives you a graph, and you need to decide which one fits the inequality. Okay, so on our inequality up here, we have x is less than or equal to negative 8. Okay, and you need to remember several things. Remember, when x equals a number, you're always going to have a vertical line. And since this one has a less than or equal to, it's going to be a solid line, so just like this line right here. Okay, so it's going to be solid. And we know that it's less than, so we should shade it to the left. Okay, well, what's the only one that fits that? Well, it looks like C. Okay, you have that at negative 8, you have a solid vertical line, and it's shaded less than. So C would be our correct graph for this situation. Okay, let's try this guy. Okay, so you know that you have a y-intercept of 7, and it looks like all of these are. And then your inequality shows us that it should be dashed, so we automatically know that C and A are out. Okay, so then we need to decide which one should we shade. Okay, so it says we want all the ones that are greater than, so we should shade up, and the only one that works is B. Okay, D would not work because that's shaded down. Okay, this is just a couple of examples of ones where you have to graph it from the inequality and decide which one of the graphs works best. Okay, let's do one example, and then we will call it good for the day. Okay, let's try this one right here. Okay, so we have y is less than or equal to x plus 1. So our y-intercept we know is 1, so we can go up 1 and plot a point. Okay, so there's your plotted point, and then we know from yesterday if you just have a variable, your slope is going to be 1, but you have to have a rise over run, so we want a 1 over 1. So we would have a rise of 1, run of 1, and then go ahead and plot your point. Okay, so since we have a less than or equal to, we know it's solid, and since it's less than or equal to, we know we have to shade down. So we have a solid line that we then have to shade down. Okay, so all these solutions would work for this inequality. Okay, so that's the first one. And the second part, we know that y equals a number, so we're going to have a horizontal line at 2. So let's go ahead and mark that point. Okay, so at y is 2, we're going to mark a point, and we know we need a horizontal line. But what type of horizontal line? Well, since we don't have a line underneath the inequality, it's going to be a dashed line. Okay, so there's your dashed line, and we want all of the y values that are greater than that line, so we're going to shade up. Okay, so we shaded up, and the only spot that's covered multiple times is this spot up here that I'm going to color in green. Okay, so this little segment right here would be the solutions to your graph. Okay, what I would like you to try to do is this one right here. You try number 4. Okay, so graph both of those, decide which one or what is the solution for the entire graph, and give me one solution. Remember what happens when you're not provided a y-intercept. Okay, see ya.